What's up, light lovers? This review is going to cover the MC Pro 8 Light Kit by Aputure. It starts with 5 ways that I've been able to integrate this kit into my lighting setups. Then I'll give you my thoughts on the pros and cons of the kit, and I'll finish by saying if I think the MC Pro 8 Light Kit is worth the price of admission. The first category I'm referring to as pockets of light. Because the MC Pros have such a small form factor, they can be hidden somewhere in frame anytime some extra light is needed. Shelving units like you see behind me, refrigerators, microwaves, ovens, cabinets, briefcases, comic book cases, car dashes, whatever. These lights don't always need to stay out of frame though. Sometimes they do just fine when seen in camera. I've attached MC Pros to C-stands at varying distances and heights from the subject to provide depth in a location that had none, sort of like really expensive tea lights. I've also stuck these under lampshades for a controllable bulb replacement, not necessarily in camera, but they also work well to simulate the output of all of our modern devices like phones, laptops, iPads, whatever. The bubble diffuser isn't included with the kit, but I definitely consider it a must-have addition. My favorite way to use this diffuser is to pop it on an MC Pro, put it on a Magic Arm, attach it to the ACAM and set it to 1%. I get the perfect circular eye light every time. The inclusion of a CRMX chip is a very welcome addition to the MC Pro. This chip enables DMX cues for things like color fades, special effects, scene changes, whatever. I'll touch more upon CRMX control later in the review as well. Since these lights are so small, they can be hidden in frame to add a pop of light to brighten up specific objects in frame. I've used these to light trees and driveways in night scenes, to highlight company product in the background of interviews, brighten elements in frame for narrative reasons. You get the idea. Here's a bonus use case. Consistently keeping this kit on my truck means that I'll never forget a hair light, a kicker, or a rim light again. Sure, there's more ideal lights for the job, but in a pinch, at least I'll have something. As a bonus, the included rigging hardware allows me to have both a hair and kicker from the same stand using the mini clamp and baby pin. Alright, I've covered some of the ways that I used this kit on set, but how has it actually held up in daily use? Well, first, the on-unit controls are intuitive and easy to use. I'm often handing these units to someone who hasn't used them before, and they seem to figure it out pretty quickly every time. I have yet to find the output of these lights to be lacking for whatever they're called to do. The color specs are also on par for this generation of LED lighting. I'll flash through some of those metrics now for those of you that are curious about their spectral output. Feel free to pause at any point and let me know in the comments if you think I should drop a video explaining what these metrics mean in detail. I found the battery life to be surprisingly good. Not only does the case come with 8 units, so I can charge 4 while using 4, but I also seem to never be able to burn even one of them down during a set day anyway. Your mileage may vary, however. We're all lighting different things. Speaking of battery, I'm a big fan of the new wireless charging system. It is super convenient to just drop the MC in the charge slot, see the indicator light pop, and know that it's charging. I also don't need to worry about an overzealous PA accidentally ripping a cord out of the socket when they're grabbing them in a rush either. The CRMX chip is a welcome addition for those of us that use blackout or other DMX control setups. Being able to finally integrate these into the rest of my wireless control setup and put them on cues not only opens up creative possibilities, but can be a significant time saver when multiple MC Pros are being used in a setup. Using magnets to attach the modifiers is a no-brainer, and I'm glad that they upgraded to this attachment style for the diffusers on the MC Pro. And lastly, the included grip hardware also happen to be the things that I would reach for anyway whenever I'm trying to rig these. As someone who likes to be prepared for anything, I would have liked to see a magnet with a 5/8 thread in here as well, but fortunately those are only $20 on B&H. I know what you're thinking. This review sure has a lot of good things to say. Don't you have any criticisms, you Aputure fanboy? So let's expose some of the ways that I think that this kit fell flat. While the units themselves are fairly color accurate, putting the dome diffuser that comes with the kit on the MC Pro warms the color temperature output by about 20%. So when set to 10,000 Kelvin, the reading is pretty spot on from the bare unit, but when I add the dome diffuser, you can see the new output reads around 8,000 Kelvin. This response happens across the whole color temperature range at like 5,000 Kelvin, 3,000 Kelvin, etc. Second, there's no way to remove the multiple shadowing effect when using the supplied grid modifier. And if you add the thin diffuser to try to reduce the multiple shadowing, you get light leak out of the side of the unit, and you still don't really remove the multiple shadows. I've never used both mini clamps because I need to keep one of them in the case as reference for how to put the other back. I am definitely a fan of playing Tetris with my kit, but I'm not sure that I'll ever remember how these go back properly. Finally, and this is a very first world complaint, but I do use this to charge my phone, and it's kind of like I shouldn't even bother. I'm not sure what's going on since it's rated at 5 amps and 2 volts, but I can't get any sort of fast charging to my phone out of the USB port. Seems to charge an MT Pro just fine though. Do I think this kit is worth $1,900? If you're a gaffer or a rental house, then definitely. These lights smoothly integrate into your existing workflow, and the all-in-one carry case combined with the output and form factor is just too convenient to not have on the truck. For basically the same price, you also get twice as many lights as the DMG Dash kit. Sure, there may be some advantages to the DMG Dash related to intensity, but I haven't needed additional intensity whenever I'm using the MC Pros, so I can't justify a twofold increase in price per unit. If you're just starting out on your lighting journey though, I believe that you're better off buying a couple MC Pros for $200 each. Play around with those before making this significant of an investment, because that amount of money can definitely be better spent elsewhere to speed up your learning process. For nearly $2,000, you could have a quality starter setup with something like 2 Amaran 300Cs, 2 Amaran PT2Cs, and an MC Pro. You'll learn much quicker how these different types of lights fit together in a cohesive setup, and you'll be able to light more scenes due to their combined versatility. If you're curious about my thoughts on which lights are best for beginners, click here. Otherwise, I hope you found out if the MC Pro 8 light kit is right for you, as well as got some ideas for how you can use it in your setups. See you next time.